want to go over the stuff I spoke to you when you first came. Right, and the reasoning behind that is it's just to remind you about the few of the basics of stuff, of the theories of how a boat moves. But it also will remind you or help you to manage the boat in a straight line. Okay, so if I remember rightly, you were quite clued up with what connectivity was, wasn't it? Yeah. Knees, 6 points, wasn't it? Right, okay. Now, the important thing about that connectivity is it links into the next part, which is power transfer. So, can you remember how you transfer from your body the power into the paddle so that it assists or supports your paddle stroke? Yeah, that's right. Well, it's part of what they call the trunk rotation, which is part of your posture. So it's like if you're on a bike or whatever, it's like you're putting a paddle here. As you're moving your body around, it immediately from here transfers the power over to this side of the body and the paddle itself. So that's what they call the power transfer, because you're putting pressure from here by turning your body round like that, and it comes down into this left foot, which is the nearest part to the water, and then with your, with your stroke itself, assist that stroke to put more power into the actual stroke itself. So that's the power transfer. All right, and the third one is the posture, and the fourth one of these basic fundamentals. When you paddle blind, how did you paddle blind? What were you using? Yeah, the feel, wasn't it? It's all to do with that. So those are the four basics really, and it's like getting those right in your head helps you first of all. Okay, so let's stop at that. Use this line here and paddle down the pool and paddle back and see how straight. Right, well, we'll see. We'll have to tweak it probably, you see. Yeah. Okay, the positive thing about that is that you've got a good rhythm. Now what to say about that, particularly in a pool like this compared to the river? Why is it? Well, it's clean. So if it's clean, what's the less density in that? So by slowing down your stroke, did you find it a little bit more easier to
So from slowing it down, I can actually feel what everything's supposed to do.
yeah, so that helps in that way, doesn't it? And getting the technique right, and more relaxed. Okay, so what else did you do to try and keep your bow straight apart from sort of slowing down the paddle movement? Right, okay. I think that will come in time, but it's sort of, it's like moving your body so this part here twists. Now, do you remember the last time I said to you the tapes help? So what is it about the tapes then?
Handling between the tapes, so it's in a shorter area and goes approaching straight out.
Yeah. And what happens when you go beyond that? The boats are turned same as there. That's very good to remember that. Okay. Do you remember the time as well when I was talking about that movement of your feet? Yeah, cycling motion. And what can turn your boat sometimes with that cycling motion? Yeah, but if you are pushing, what is the pushing aspect that can affect the boat for you know, it can cause it to turn, do you think? Yeah, pressure on the foot. But which side? Left or right?
So if I push with my driving force, then
Okay, I'll tell you what you can do. Go down the pool here and see how much pressure you put on the right side and how much pressure you put on the left side.
it's not equal, is it?
Yeah,
Just one stronger than the other.
yeah. So really, sometimes it's like you don't have to put a great deal of pressure on your feet at the moment, but it's just like, in a way, like a tapping movement like this. Yeah? Yeah, but it's just, it's, yeah, less aggressive. But what you're trying to do is get that motion right where you are twisting the body around and sort of doing it without thinking like this if you're driving a car. Yeah? Yeah. Go with that. And use the line here to see how straight you're going. You're setting yourself your own target by, I know it's difficult with people paddling around, but set your own target and see how straight you can follow this line. Just getting the feel of it. It is. I mean, it may not be going straight as such. The important thing that you're learning as you're going down there, that in most instances when you are on the river, you don't always go in a straight line because you have to avoid something. So what you're doing there in many ways is that you're learning the steering at the back to avoid people going down, so you're doing that instinctively. But as I said, where it is possible to go straight, um, then you know, try as much as you can do. But if other people come up, use as you are doing now, the steering thing, which is really good, because naturally you do that when you're on the river anyway. So you know, keep practicing, and then I'll tweak it a bit more by giving you a little bit more to think about. Right. Okay. The next thing I want you to have a look at is when you put your paddle in the water, right, say on the left side here, okay, keep this bottom arm on this left side if you're going to go the left side here. So get your paddle in position now, right, as if the paddle's entering in here, right, so that's it. Try and keep that straight, that bent like that, as if it's like stabbing a fish. Yeah? And it will be, you know, hopefully a lot more, because if it's straight like that, and it's coming down like that, I think there's more sort of pull on it.
So keep this arm straight in when it crosses through.
Yeah, keep it straight here, because you're really pulling on that, aren't you? Yeah, enter that there like that, isn't it? And keep, when you do it on the right side, keep the lower arm straight. Pardon? Yeah. But if you look at the video later, you see that your posture's much better, and your body, you know, your body looks better, you know, in terms of positioning and that. As I said, when you put your right paddle in, you may not have to put so much power on it, and sometimes as you're dragging it through the water, it can slow the movement down, so that when you go onto the left side, it may be slightly quicker. It's about the feel of it. Yeah. Because normally, with your posture, what they call trim is that you're leaning forward when you are going into a drop or whatever, and then if you're going up, say, a rock like that, you tend to lean back so that you're lifting the front of the boat up. But the fact that the way you're trying to keep like that is your body and your posture looks much neater, and smarter. But try it and see if you can use, try and use just, try and move your body around. You physically move the body around with the paddle, like this. So your trunk part here, the core, is that you're moving it around, and it's this sort of movement like this. But you're certainly, as I said, your posture looks really much smarter. It looks more, professional.